Who's playing that? Refresh. Turun aja chatnya. Terus. Malam Alfian. Good evening. Iya. Hai Oliver. Yuk, jalan. Ya ini. Klik. Jangan di-play. Biar lihat siapa main di sini. Gak bisa, please biar. Hey Andy. How's the Diki? Is Diki working well? Or playing PES? Hi Iwan. Everyone can hear me? Hi Rendra. Hi Ani. He's a good boy. Hai Gunawan. Ahmad. Hai Sylvia. Is Diki already graduate? Or still in college? I think he's actually already on the last semester. Hi Dennis. Facebook, tidak bagus. Okay, so let's begin. It's already 8. So I'm going to speak in English. So I hope you guys can train your English as well. Well, I'm not speaking English very well, but it's okay to try. Okay, so today I want to share what happened on the 2004 until 2008, which is actually nobody knows except my family. So during, it's actually after the fire, so on 2004. It happened on November 3rd, 2004, which is you already know from the latest video, the last video I uploaded on CG Architect. So actually what happened like 1 or 2 days after the fire is actually lots of things happen only less in a week. So all of our clients actually not helping us. It's actually trying to kill us. So as you know, we actually not only spring bed factory, we do the quilt services, and we serve lots of company around Indonesia, all over Indonesia, and they put their fabric on our warehouse, which is the warehouse is also got burned. So all of their belonging is also got burned. And actually there are no agreement. If something happened, they actually there are no agreement. If there's something happen, we have to replace the fabric with money or even pay them the money. And some of them is actually also have the foam, right? So they start charging us. It's not charging us. So they haven't paid for the previous order, and they deducted from the previous order. So we actually think that we can survive once they paid, but what happened? They actually deduct the fabric from that, from the payment. So actually, it's almost gone. And one of the client didn't believe us if we don't have any insurance that time, and somehow he said when we asked for the payment, he said that he don't have the money and he only able to pay the next month. And he like joking as if we don't have any problem, as if we have the insurance. Although he actually met us directly and saw how bad is our condition. And then one of the supplier for the chemical, for the foam, came to us asking for payment, that the one we owe them. And we actually have two suppliers, and that one supplier, and the other one is actually sue us on the court and say that we don't want to pay, which is we actually not trying to not paying anything, which is we don't have the money. That's the problem, because we lost everything, right? And we don't have any insurance. And my brother is actually like almost having a stroke that time. Well, that's a different story. And then what happened, I'm starting to think that my life is ruined, because like I'm starting to think I'm as a victim. After the fire, almost like all the clients do the same thing. They deduct all their belonging on the payment, which is actually they don't pay us almost anything. So you know how I feel when you need money and that your client is not paying. It's actually what I feel is even worse. And then we started a furniture business. With what we have left, the cash we have left, we rent like a home, like a small warehouse, and we started a home industry furniture on early 2005, and we started the furniture home industry from there. And as you all know, in Indonesia, lots of the furniture employee always say that they can do anything, and they act like they know everything, right? And then somehow we trust them too much, and we actually wasting the raw material because the quality is so bad. They just want to get your money. They don't care about the result. And somehow once they already got the money, they don't care if it's the product is finished or not. They left. That's what happened in Indonesia. Well, all my Indonesian friends know that. And from there, I have to do something. Me and my brother do something, which is we starting to trim all the multiplex, and then by ourselves, and then we starting to do the sanding, the finishes on the furniture. So we become the craftsman that time. So that is why if you saw my interior rendering, you can see that I put lots of attention on the shaders because I got the sense from the field, from my experience on the field. So get those kind of employees actually is also make me think that I also having another problem that is actually unnecessary problem, and that makes my myself having a victim mindset. So the victim's mindset is even stronger. And then we also got a supplier from Jakarta at that time. We ordered the furniture from Jakarta, and then somehow the furniture that they sent is completely different with the display. That's another case. So we have to reject all the things, and then we have to pay the transportation back to Jakarta. Like the truck, it's like almost 5 trucks, and then we have a fight with that company, and then, well, finally we won, but we lose lots of time, and we lose like lots of valuable money. And then we still have to work on the client's order. So we actually is losing money when we started working on the furniture industry. And then we started to do exhibition in one of the biggest mall in Surabaya, which is Tunjungan Plaza. And we got only the place is actually only on the almost on the exit, and we don't get any almost zero sales, and we actually spend lots of money as well for the display. Well, that time the display also looks really terrible, and from there I was starting to think as well, like, this is so unfair. I just lost everything, and somehow on the like 6 months after that, we still got lots of problem every month. And then there's a client on around 2005, on around July, I guess. There's a client from Makassar city, the 3rd biggest city in Indonesia. give me a chance to do all the interior on his house. So it's actually, that project is actually save us. So that one thing that I believe as well, that even though I have lots of problem, I got a client that always believe in what I do. And then after that, we got lots of problem as well on the process, that the multiplex having like a curved shape, even though we already did everything to make it straight. Like you can you imagine if you create a wardrobe and somehow the door is actually having a curved shape, the door you won't be able to close the door, right? So we have to replace a lot of things. And then fast forward on 2008, when I starting to learn about 3D Max and V-Ray, which is I got it from one artist from Surabaya, which is Rio Laksana. And then I learned deeper about the rendering, and then I saw my mentor, Nelson Liao, work. And there's an interview, an interview with Nelson Liao, and then I'm starting to read, and from there I know that actually visualization industry is going to save me, because like I was thinking like, what the hell, like he just a freelancer and he got like that time is around 3,000 US dollar, I guess, just from the visualization as a part-time job. His main job is actually architect. And I compare with my furniture factory, furniture home industry, and he got more money because the 3,000 is actually all profit. And while to get 3,000 US dollar profit, I have to work like 2 months. And from there, I know ArtVis is going to save me. And I'm focused my time learning about 3D Max and V-Ray, starting from there. And on 2008, which is, as you know, there is a global crisis hit on that year. And one day on 2008, I always think, why my life is so broken. Like problem comes after problem. There's always a problem. One problem is not finished yet, is still not finished, and then another problem came in. And I'm starting to think, is this my destiny to be always having a problem for the rest of my life? And even though I check with everyone, which is everyone in my circle, everyone always say they don't get good sales, they don't get enough sales. So my victim mindset say that even though the president is already changed with the new president at that time, which is the report, Indonesia have lots of growth, but what happened is actually my life is not changing at all. And I said that data on television, national television, is it's a bullshit that time. But somehow, when I check on the outside of my circle, there are lots of successful people. And I'm starting wondering how they can be successful while lots of people actually having a problem with their sales. And then I keep looking on the news about the success. From there, I'm starting to find a success story from successful people. And then I know that it's actually on the mindset. So I starting to change my mindset. Because when I'm still having my victim mindset, I always think about why I always get the problem. Why me? I'm wasting my time just complaining about everything. Like the government didn't do anything. I keep blaming the government. I keep blaming the market. Like everyone say the market is not good. So I keep hearing all the negative things. But when I starting to look outside of my circle, I starting to look to read, to hear all the successful story. Somehow they look really happy, but I look really terrible, pathetic, and somehow I want to be like them. From there, I changed my mindset, and just like that, sometimes you changing your victim mindset to become having a positive mindset. There are no journey, like slowly but sure, and then you become a positive person. No, from my experience, actually, it's just like a leap, just like that. And then somehow you think of positive things. And when I want to be like them, happy like them, I'm starting to look. I'm starting to look. Looking for. Always keep moving forward. I don't want to look back. I don't want to hear any negative things. And I spend all my time to learn new things, which is rendering the success story, and keep grinding my skill, posting. And the most important thing is I always ask for a comment on my work, which is that happened on the IDVN forum. So lots of my senior actually know that I was that time I'm the most persistent newcomer. So even my senior who give the comment is like, what the hell? What is wrong with this guy? Like, I give comment, he replied with a new update and asked for another comment until they tired to give me comment. So that's what happened when I started in this industry on 2008. So the victim mindset is actually really dangerous. You starting to it's not starting. You keep telling yourself that you are not going to be successful because A, because B, because C, because D, E, F until Z. So and then if you keep blaming things and you always think that you are the right one, and you are starting to accept that you are meant to be a fail person, It's like you are programming your subconsciousness mind that you are not going to be successful. You are going to be a failed person all the time. Let's admit that actually what we are doing right now is all based on our subconsciousness. Like raising my hand is actually reflect, right? I just want to raise my hand and somehow my hand is raised. And if you want to walk from your desk to your toilet, you don't think, right? You just walk. And to answer things, you also answer directly without think. If you know the answer, you just answer, and that's it. So that's the dangerous thing about the victim mindset. And somehow lots of people thinking the same things, like, okay, there's circuit breaker like now, and somehow this circuit breaker going to fuck my life, which is lots of people think like that. Lots of people afraid, and they starting to play with their own fear. And what happened? They do nothing. Like they freeze. They freeze like nothing. Like keep blaming the condition, right? And there's one thing that I didn't mention on my story. On 2005, actually, my mom got Stephen Johnson syndrome. Anyone know Stephen Johnson syndrome? Please comment on the chat if you know. What is that? What is Stephen Johnson syndrome? So if you don't know, Stephen Johnson syndrome is there's a syndrome with your antibody. So your antibody is actually, I think, decreased, and then somehow it's like you got burned from inside out. Same with you got burned outside, but it is from inside out. No, not skin disease. It's actually even worse. So the data, the data is the doctor said the data that if you hit by the Stephen Johnson disease syndrome, it's not disease, it's actually syndrome. 95% of the patient is dead. 5% going to survive, and most of them become blind. So my mom got the Stephen Johnson when I don't have any money. And that is the hardest part of my life. Like my mom barely can see me because the Stephen Johnson is actually affect his vision, his eyes, her eyes. So it's like blurry. She cannot see anything, and starting to like her body is starting to melt. And looking my mom like that is like you look like, I mean, like you just only can watch your loving mom going to die just like that, and you cannot do anything. It's like melted. And somehow, that is why I believe in a miracle. My mom is on the church, always active on the church, and somehow lots of people praying for her. And we got a lot of help from the church community. So somehow my mom survived. And she like 100% 100% cured. So it's like the doctor said it is miracle, because the 5% who always who survive is always having a blind, always blind, while my mom is completely cured. So she got her eye back. It's like that is miracle. That is why I believe there is miracle. Like there's some saying, what human can do is do the best and let God do the rest. If you believe in God, yes, that's what God's work. But if you don't believe in God, I'd say that's the universe. So that is the hardest part in my life, that watching my mom melted like that. And then that's also the things that makes me feel like a victim. I got all the problem, and somehow all the big problem is actually hit my family really hard. So can you imagine if that is happening to you? That is why I always try really hard to contribute to the community that actually already raised me and makes me like who I am right now. Because during my journey, I got lots of help. So one of the spring bed factory in Surabaya actually also give us some loan to buy the machine. And they didn't ask, they give us loan like 20,000 US. And then they just say, just pay it back when you're ready. I'm not going to give you any like a deadline. Just pay when you're ready. So that is actually really kind. They are really kind. And then 2008, I'm starting working in this industry. I found lots of senior, which is giving lots of comment. And I think that those comments actually, lots of people actually hate the comments because they were really, really harsh. It was a harsh comment, which is, well, that's how Indonesian senior 3D artists give comment, because they believe if they give you a harsh comment, you will grow faster. So that is why lots of people actually hate the comment, but I look at it on a different way. I look at it as they really care about me, and I'm so grateful. There are lots of people giving comments and want to see me to grow. That is after I changed my mindset. So can you imagine, just because on the 2004 and 2005, I got lots of disaster, and that makes me think that I always become the victim. It's actually affecting my mindset and what happened in my life until 2008. It's just like, I mean, like, you are not going to realize that it's actually those kind of hatred, those kind of negativity consume you a lot and took lots of time of your life. So that is why I trying to share this. I just want to share to the community that having negativity is useless, because it's going to consume lots of time of your time. Because, how to say this, it's like, once you realize that you are changing when you're changing your mindset, when you realize that you are being very negative, you actually realize, oh my God, I spent like 5 years or 10 years of my time just being a victim and blaming everyone, and then somehow my life didn't change. And while all my friend is actually having a better life. So when you realize you already waste like 5 or 10 years. I see lots of artists complaining about the life, complaining about what happened to them, and share it on social media. Well, yes, social media, if you want to say social media is actually my private place to spit everything out on my social media. So there's nothing to do with the client. Client won't see me. Well, you might need to think not just twice, like 1,000 times. Because most of our clients actually watching us for a year. Like they are following us for a year and want to know the way we think, our attitude. If we don't have the attitude that they want, they are not going to send the job to us. Even though you have a good rendering, but if you have a bad attitude, say bye-bye to your future. It's not going to work. So that is why I always remind my student not to share the bad things, all negativity on the social media. So I think that's all that I want to share this time. It's just a short, like a short things that I want to share about my life when I having a victim mindset. Otherwise, I'm not going to be like this. I'm not going to grow. Like, I always believe that, well, on 2008, actually, the other things that makes me change my mindset. So I just remember, sorry, like it's kind of messed up today, because this story has never been told, actually. So it's like opening the old wound, but I have to share with you all. I want to share with the world why you have to change your mindset. So on 2008, actually, I realized that what makes me change my mindset, because on 2008, I saw lots of good opportunity come to me, but somehow I cannot grab it, just because I waste my time condemning all the situation, like blaming the government and have all the grudge and do nothing, just smoking and thinking about how bad is my life. Well, I don't drink, I just smoke. So, and somehow when there's an opportunity came that time, I miss almost everything, almost all the opportunity. And starting from there, I realized that I have to keep moving forward, and I have to keep thinking positive and learn a lot of things, which is like marketing, sales, grinding myself on on everything that I saw on the internet, which is, as long that is positive and can makes me grow, I keep learning. I keep learn, consume all those kind of things. I just consume all the positivity, the positive things, and I remove all the negative things. So that is what changed me. That is why I built the movement in Indonesia on March, as you all know, when the circuit happened in Indonesia. We starting to do lockdown on the March. Just that time, I only think one thing, that if I don't do something, a lot of people in this industry going to suffer the way what happened to me on 2004, because they are going to condemn everything, and then once this circuit breaker is finished, they're going to miss a lots of opportunity, miss a lot of good opportunity, and they will only able to say, I regret that during the pandemic, I'm not able to learn anything new. And then most of the people, when they realize like that, they starting to, like they said, I regret that during the pandemic I'm not learning anything, they usually stop. Okay, probably this industry is not for me. Well, if you think one industry is actually not for you, I think there are no industry will going to fit you. It's actually you, the one that need to fit to one of industry that in this world, which is I choose ArcFish. ArcFish is, for me, is actually still a very, very lucrative market. I don't know the other people how they can see it, but for me, there are lots of opportunity in this industry. Even during the pandemic, it's actually, I can see actually there are more opportunity if you see it from the others, from different perspective. The way I think like this, let's say if I'm the developer, during the pandemic, I need to pour money on the marketing, on the sales. So I need the content, I need the rendering, I need an animation. So if I big developer, the only choice, the only thing that I will do is to give this job to a big company. I know it's going to be expensive, but their work going to give me sales. That's the way I think if I'm the developer. So actually, if you can scale up during this pandemic, it's actually going to allow you to become bigger after the pandemic's finish. And it's not easy. It's like this pandemic makes us to take the maneuver really fast, right? You need to learn a lot of things like that you usually learn only, it took you like a year to learn. Now in this pandemic, you need to learn like a month. That is what happened with us. We took the maneuver on less in a month. We learned a lot of things. I slept only like 3 hours on March, thinking what I need to do, and I bought a lot of courses on the marketing things, and somehow it's not just making us survive, but makes our sales better than last year, that is amazing. That's we never thought that our sales actually increase, which is and better than last year. I think marketing is the right things that you need to learn right now. Of course, if your rendering still in progress, you need to keep grinding yourself, improve your quality. And I still remember that when I was one of the 3D award judges on 2014, there's one category which is, I think that is really, really important, that I really appreciate Jeff to put that category on the judging panel, which is the originality. Is your work is just copying someone else? If probably your work is amazing, but all the idea is actually copying the other company. The idea is copying. If just copying the idea from the artist that inspired you, your chance to win is very low, because the originality is very low. If you got it 0, there's no chance for you to win. That's I think that is the good things about the originality. When there is a question from Iwan, do you step forward while being the younger brother and take over the family business, or you decided to split up, make your own business? You can decide whatever decision you think right. So that time that's a good question, because you know my journey. So that time I worked with my brother on the furniture industry, and somehow I have to decide to split up because the negativity is too much for me. Because that time he kept complaining about everything. So like he was in Makassar city that time and kept calling me and complaining everything, and I don't have time to work because he kept complaining. Well, this question is actually bring one more thing. Do you ever realize if you have a bad mood, or because like there's some, if you think that why this has happened to me in the morning, and then you starting to angry with the condition that you have right now, or even if you angry with your spouse or with your team, what happened is actually the rest of the day you won't be able to work 100%. you actually need like a couple hours to lower your anger and to back to normal. It's actually wasting time. So that's what happened to me back then. Like every day I spend like 8 hours to make myself calm, and then the rest I work until like until 3 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, which is a very unhealthy life. So that is why it's like I mean, it's like a dark time, because I keep my heart full of hatred. My heart is full of anger, and somehow all the negativity keep coming in. That is why I decided to split up and make my own business in office. And that time I don't have any other choice, so I just think that this is my last chance, which is that it's actually that is how I do my business. Every time I do a new business, I always think that is my last chance to survive. So I use the same way of thinking when this pandemic is when the lockdown happened on March. So I learned about marketing, all the new marketing. I consume lots of content from YouTube, and I bought lots of marketing stuff. To speed up the process, I always kept thinking that this is my last chance to survive. There are no other choice. So I only have one choice, which is moving forward. There are no space to go backward. I don't even give myself time to freeze, just stay where I am at. So I like all the bridge is going to ruin, right? So I have to keep running. There's no other way. That's how I do my business. That's how I always survive. Yes, because Iwan, because it will be a harder battle if we face the problem without unity in the internal. Yes, so that's what I always say to Evan for the past 6 months. Like, if you want to survive, if we want to survive and grow bigger, not just survive. The only way to survive is to grow bigger. There's no other way. To go bigger, to go faster. To go bigger and to go faster, all of your team in the company, even though there's an office boy or janitor, and all the founder and the CEO, the CVO, they need to have like 100% commitment to grow. If there's one person have all the negativity or one negativity, they have to go out from the team. So I don't give any room. I didn't give any room for negativity, because I always think one negativity from one person is too much. And I think, well, we never know that this pandemic when going to finish, right? Let's say it's going to finish like next year. Let's say that's what's going to happen. So next year, I mean like a year from now. So the only way I can survive and by growing bigger is I only have 1 year. So survive or die. Because if I cannot grow doesn't mean you need a bigger team. No. but you need to grow with all your portfolio, with all your with the skill improvement, mindset improvement, and the way you see things from different perspective, and how you want to lead your team, and how you build your value, and do all the activity until the pandemic is over. I only have like 1 year. That's what I always think, like a race. Because when you change the culture of your company, at least you need 1 year to make it really, really steady. Because, you know, even though this is a company, you need to remember your team is somebody else, right? Somehow they work for you for money. How you change them, how you create a system that makes them not working for money, but working for their passion and working to fight for the company. And it takes time. But the things that make it really, really need time, because they also need time to trust your decision, that you are really genuine with all of your new program on your company, which is, as you know, 2G changed lots of the internal program for the team, just to make sure they can having a prosper life, not just from salary. So we need time. But I think right now we already have a solid team. Somehow, if you are my student, you know that my team is working really hard to coach you every week. They spend lots of time, like 3 or 4 hours, right? So I think, not just think, I mean, like, that is real dedication to help other people to grow. I think that's not, I mean, that is a very good dedication, and how they want to give back to the community. If like Sigit, like Bayu, and then there's another artist that going to do another different course, which is Basit. We're still preparing things. Probably going to launch like another 4 months. And Dennis, do you have any advice to all 3D industry rookie out there, including me? How should we start this business? As we really want to apply all this mindset, but as a rookie, should we do as you do right now, like maybe the high pricing, or should we start low? Should we enjoy the step-by-step progress? Well, you should enjoy the step-by-step progress, yes. If you are starting small, there are no way you can charge really high. Trust me. You're only able to charge high if you have a team and you have a company. If you just freelancer, I don't really think that you can charge high, because I mean, like, big company is not going to send you job, because not because they don't have the trust with your quality, but they didn't trust, but they don't trust you can finish the job as scheduled. That's based on my experience. That is why, like, like lots of freelancer. I'm not saying all freelancer, but most of them not having a high price project, high price client, because they don't have a team. Because if I'm a big developer, I'm not going to send my project, which is that really important to me, which is it's going to involve $1 billion, and I took the risk to send this job to a freelancer or a small team, because I don't want they screw up. Even though I want to give them an opportunity, probably if I have a smaller project, yes, I will give you the opportunity to. But if it's a very, very important job, I will send this to a bigger company. There's no way you can get the job from big developer. So you may start small, start low, and you should enjoy the step-by-step progress. Like lots of 3D artists in Indonesia, actually, or around the world, I guess, they think this industry as a commodity. Well, any kind of industry is actually always in between commodity or you sell something else, not just a commodity. We usually say it like as a commodity versus service, right? So if you sell this commodity, you're starting to calculate all the costs. Like calculating the cost. Okay, my 3D Max license is like how much is my 3D Max license every month, and then how much is my return of investment of my PC, right? And then how much is the cost of V-Ray or Corona rendering per month, which is if you use subscription, and then how much is your living costs, right? Which is, we are in Indonesia, we have a lots of advantage because we have a lower living cost than other Western country, which is actually give us lots of advantage. But you should not charge based on where you are living. That's what Jeff always told me. You should not charge based from where you are living. Like, even though you are in Indonesia, your your cost of the living cost is very low compared to Canada or United States, but you should not calculate the price based on the living cost. Otherwise, you going to end up with like $100 per image or $200 per image. Even though you are going to take advantage of the exchange rate, but if you can charge higher, why not? I was starting from $500 that time, one image, 500. I don't want to work less than 500. That's the minimum. That's the minimum price that time. So, because I always think that I deserve to get paid minimum 500. I don't deserve to get paid lower from that. And the question is how you can charge $500 if you're just getting started. That's the biggest question, right? If you keep thinking this industry as a commodity, you won't be able to charge 500 for a small bedroom. You're probably going to end up with 200 or 150. So you might need to think why you are in this industry, and what is your goal, what is your dream, how this industry going to change you. It's actually not this industry going to change you. The right things is the right thing is actually how you change your life through this industry, not how this industry going to change you. So enjoying the process step by step. Yes, it's like going to the gym, right? So going to the gym, I still remember when I was 104 kilos. You saw my photos, right? Like really big, like this. I cannot even make similar posture right now because I lost like 30 kilos. The first day I went to the gym, I worked really hard. I do cycling for an hour and do like a body like a weightlifting for an hour, which is I spend 2 hours, and then tomorrow I come back, watch myself in the mirror, and do the scale. Nothing changed. This is where actually people are going to decide they are going to stop or they are going to continue. So most of the people that think this industry as a commodity, what happened is actually when they work really hard, do all the rendering, and they can produce a very, very good rendering, and somehow they're expecting the client to pay a certain amount of money, and somehow the client that approach them who want to give the job is actually only able to pay like 200 or 300, and somehow they're starting to think, okay, this is not for me. Well, like I said, if you keep thinking this is not for me, this industry is not for me, what happened is actually there are no industry is actually for you. You the one that need to fit to the industry that you choose. So what you need to do is keep enjoying the progress step by step, right? And enjoy every pain that you get on every step. Well, I know, like me and Evan, like last week having a leg day, we try to push ourselves to live more than the previous week, and somehow Evan got a back pain. If you cannot enjoy the pain, you're going to stop today. You're not going to continue working, and you keep giving lots of excuses. I'm still having a back pain. Well, if I do the chest, I'm not going to able to lift the bar because I have a back pain. I don't want it's probably going to hurt my back again. And then if I train the shoulder, it's going to affect my back as well, because I still having this uncomfortable pain, uncomfortable back. So I'm afraid with the shoulder things. And well, if I train my back, it's going to affect my back as well. So probably I'm going to stop this week. And somehow if you stop this week, next week, 90% chance you are not going to the gym. because you are already comfortable with this week that you are not feeling any pain. If you want to have a progress, if you go to the gym, you need to make yourself to enjoy the pain. So actually, if you train yourself, it's actually, if you go to the gym, probably you already know, there are always 4 sets. And then every sets you have to lift like there's an option like 8 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps, or 20 reps, repetition. So if you choose the 20 reps, actually the things, on the last 3 lifting is the one that makes your muscle grow. Because the last 3 lifting is actually the hardest part, the painful part. And you do need a partner to be able to lift it, to lift the bar. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for you to keep moving forward. That is why we need a partner. We need a team. And that is why you need a personal trainer if you are going to the gym. Well, last week, probably Iwan said to me, my body is really uncomfortable because the personal trainer is starting to fuck me, right? And like, all my body is really sore. So that's what happened. So, but after that, you're starting to lose weight, right? And then, so you need to enjoy the progress, because the pain is going to make you even stronger. You know, right? There's a saying that the things that doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Write it down on the comment. The things that didn't kill you only makes you stronger. Write it down. By writing it down, it's actually you are programming on your mind. Things that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's actually what I got the shirt, the gym gear that's having that written on the chest, on the back. Yeah. So you have to enjoy the pain, right? Scroll it up. Okay. So the next question. Well, Iwan, as Surabayan, you really apply the bondo nekat philosophy? Yes. Probably for you who are not from Indonesia, bondo nekat means you have nothing else left. You put all the bet in, you put everything you got in one bet. But in life, not in casino. If it's casino, you probably already finished. Malvin, I'm curious, what approach do you use in order to make your team not just working for money, but for passion and working hard for your company? I believe it is not easy to create this good culture. Is there any employee become your direct competitor? How do you manage all of this? Okay, well, to answer this, I have to share a story that remember that I off from this industry for 3 years, which is me personally, not Evan. Evan's still in charge in the company, but I'm working on the network marketing to pursue my dream to learn about direct sales and how I want to learn deeper about the philosophy of network marketing, which is the first business that I learned is actually network marketing on my senior high school, my first grade in senior high school. So because I intrigued by the concept from network marketing. Well, I'm not going to discuss about network marketing is like a pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme. Well, if you choose the right company, it's actually not pyramid. There's a compensation plan that not allowing that to happen. So, and I already prove it. It's not a pyramid. So the things that makes me want to learn deeper about network marketing is actually the only way you can be successful is to make other people, like your downline, your team, to be successful first. So let's say in network marketing, this is just want you to know that it just makes you to understand easier. So in network marketing, the latest version of the compensation plan, people usually use the company use like binary system. One left, one on the right. So you only need these two legs. So if you want to be successful, you need to make sure one of your leader on the left leg and one of your leader on your right leg successful. Both of them need to be successful, and then you get your passive income. That's the idea. So it's actually resonate with my why. Well, it's going to be a really long story if I tell my why. Because you have to look at, to find your why. It's actually you have to look at when you are still very young until 18. So that's a different story, but it's actually really resonate with my why, that I always think that the best way to have a fulfillment on your life is actually helping others. So that is why I got really intrigued with the multi-level marketing concept. So after the 3 years, I'm starting to think that it's time for me to come back to the art fish industry, and how I can use this concept in my company. And during my journey on network marketing, actually, and not during the journey, before the journey, before I started on the network marketing, my whys actually become fuzzy, blurry. So because that time, I just want to have a big house. I just want to have a company. I just want to have I want to be successful in this industry, and I want a fancy car. So I got my big house. So everyone who actually saw my house from my Facebook, you know how big it is. It's actually 100% from art fish industry. And again, Iwan is already here a couple times. He know how big is my house. And then I got a fancy car, not BMW. Well, for me, Fortuner from Toyota is more than enough. It's family car. It's quite pricey here because the tax is quite high. So I got everything that I want. I reached all my goal, and then somehow makes my why so fuzzy because I don't know what else I need to do. That is why I trying to find my why on network marketing business, because I know that is my first business. I was intrigued with the concept, so I want to learn deeper about the concept of the network marketing and how I can work. The only way, I mean, like the only way I know the concept deeper is by working on the network marketing, and got all the training. And then somehow on the 2018, 2019, which is last year, I got trained by my own upline, which is from United States, in Phoenix, Arizona, I guess. Which is she coached me like on 90 days game plan, which is very, very tough coaching session. Once a week, only 30 minutes, but tons of homework. So I have to break through all my my limitation, which is I quite shy if I have to say hi to a new person. I'm quite shy if I have to offer the product. And then here's the thing that actually I want to share with you as well. When she gave me that homework, that, hey Ronaldo, the homework for next week, which is 7 days from today, I want you to get 10 new friends. And then she didn't say anything, her name is Luna Pang. She didn't say anything. And then the following weeks, I say, I got 10 new friends, but somehow they are, I mean, like I don't get the 10. I tried, but I only get 8. And she asked me, what you are thinking when you are trying to make a new friend? I was thinking, trying to prospect them to buy my product. And she said like this: I didn't ask you to offer your products. I just asked you to make a new friend. Just say hi and that's it. Why you are playing with your own mind? And that is the biggest mistakes of network marketer. They always see other people as a prey. That's not how to do business. Network marketing is still a business, just different concept. And that's it. The way you do the business is still the same with any conventional business, which is based on relationship. So it's opened my mind, and then starting from there, I got lighthearted, so I can say hi to everyone. So without thinking anything, I just want to make friends, and then somehow they also want to become my friend, because they do not, they don't feel the vibes that I want to offer my product. So it's actually makes my life easier. So that is actually what you need to do in ArtFish and any kind of business. Build the relation first, and then starting to, when you are building your relation, they will definitely going to ask what you are working on. what is your business, and you can start saying that you are working as visualizer and starting to explain what is your service. And when they need you, they definitely going to send a job to you, because they actually comfortable with you already comfortable with you. That's the only way to get a client, I guess. If out of nowhere there's a client contact you and then asking for a price, forget it. Those kind of client is only going to offer you a low price rendering. So usually, if we got lots of email actually, hey Ronaldo, I saw your image on CG Architect, or saw your image on your website through SEO or some kind of things, and may I know your price? Most likely I'm not going to answer those kind of question, because this kind of a client is actually already sent the same email to lots of company, and this kind of client is not a client that I want to serve. So that's the thing. I only want to serve a client that can build relation with me, speak frank, like a really without any hidden agenda, and want to share what are their vision for upcoming years, not just get this job done and then that's it. That's not how we do business as a visualizer company, or even as a subcontract company, because I want to have a long business relation. I don't want to have like just one project and then it's gone, because it's going to be really exhausting to do all the sales and the marketing things, because it's going to spend lots of money for the marketing things. So to answer about the R red is actually Malvin Jaya as well, because the question is actually the same. So to make my team not just working for money, it's actually I integrate the idea of network marketing into my company. So I want to be able to make them work for passion and work and fight for the company. I just need to make sure they are successful with their financial. When I mean financial, it's not just salary, because salary is going to kill you if you give them a very high salary. If there's something happen, you still need to get to pay the salary, right? So, which is they actually already got high salary. So you need to make them to be part of your business. So we do profit sharing. The only way you make them to fight for the company is when they believe your company is the only way for them to get prosper. There are no other way. Most of you know me like from 2011. Like Iwan is actually knew me like 9 years. Already 9 years. Some of you also my student, at least you know how I do the coaching. You know how I do the profit sharing. You know how I make you believe, right? And for all my students that watching this, It's actually why you are here, why you are taking the course. Because you believe in me, right? You believe in 2G Academy, which is the same way that I need to make them believe that 2G Studio is going to secure their future. And I need to make sure that I need to treat them as a family. Not when I mean as a family, I treat them as my own kids, my children. Sometimes you have to angry with them. Sometimes you have to really care with them. It's more like parenting. Having a company is actually like a parenting. They need a figure like a role model. So that's how we do the business here. I know some company in Indonesia, also visualizer company is actually also replicate what we are doing. And I think he also doing a very good job. And the other question is, yes, I believe it's not easy to create the culture. Yes, that is why I said that you need time to make them believe that we are really want them to successful through our company. And then, is there any employee become your direct competitor? How do you manage all of this? Yes, there's an employee become our direct competitor. Actually, he also from Surabaya, same as where I come from, my hometown. But I believe with this, I always believe that you already have your own portion. So you cannot get all the client that you want, because first, you will have your own capacity. It's not trying to limit my dream. No, I just don't want to be a 3D factory. That's all. If I want to be a 3D factory, I can go really, really big. I just don't want to treat this industry as a commodity and then starting to make everything big, and then I'm starting to be like a sinking ship. So I always think that there is always a client for everyone. There's always work for everyone. So if one of our client is actually sending the job to them, to him, which is the employee that become the direct competitor, just to make sure I'm not taking it to in a bad way, I just keep saying myself that, well, that client is not my target market, and that's it. Because I know the client that the one not sending the job to us is actually the one that only want to pay us really cheap. So it's actually, I'm thinking that actually, okay, this is the opportunity for us to grow, to get another client that willing to pay more. So that's how I deal with it, because you cannot avoid that someone become your direct competitor. So instead of thinking about those kind of things, it's better to think about what you can do with your company, how you can grow with your team. I always trying to find a different perspective, different way of thinking to keep me positive, rather than he's stealing my company, he's stealing my client, or that company is actually stealing my company, my client, and that company is actually stealing my idea, and that company is stealing my my style. So instead of thinking about that, I think it's better for not thinking about it. Just make sure you want the make sure you think the positive thing to make your company grow, and make sure that your team, your kids got the life that you live, the good life that you want to give to them. So that's how I deal with those kind of things. So even though if we already have this program, which is the profit sharing with the team, if they choose to left, then so be it. I just think that they just want a different path, and that's all. Because they have their own life, right? If I in their shoes, probably it's not probably, I can make you sure that I'm not going to let anyone be in the way when I want to pursue my dream. So I don't want to hold them or trick them to stay here. All I can do is just to give them a better offer, and that's it. Any other question? So price are in accordance with the market we choose. What do you think if I choose the Indonesian market, especially architecture studio startup, when even the project service costs only $1,000 is actually good price. $1,000 for Indonesian architectural studio startup is actually big money. I don't know if you can charge with those kind of price. If you can charge them $1,000, then it's good. If no, I don't think you can charge them with that kind of price, because architect in Indonesia is not, they won't be able to give you a big project. Most of the developer that having a big project, the architect is actually from outside Indonesia. Most of them are from Japan, like Nikken Seike, or Singapore, like Ong and TP Architect. So no, you cannot. So this is 3D industry. This is art. You cannot say that you want to sell them Bajaj instead of Ferrari. You only have one quality. How you already, like me, like Bayu, like Sigit, like Richie or Basit or Evan, we are on this level, and somehow we, just because of the price, we have to work on the lower level quality. I don't think we can do that, because it's like our heart, our eyes is to actually, our heart and our eyes is actually the one that drive our quality. So how you going to block those kind of thing and create a lower quality? No, I don't think you can. So you only have one quality. If you already say yes with the offer, you have to still give them the best that you can give. So Budi Setio, if even though you are questioning, it's already in your mind, right? If it's already in your mind, like selling them baja instead of Ferrari, it means you think this industry as a commodity, because you are starting to break down the quality based on the price. Rather than working in this industry and break down your quality based on the price, just save your time, sell commodity on Tokopedia or Shopify or Shopee, Lazada. It's easier, because doing rendering is going to spend lots of time, right? Even though there is a lower quality, you still spend a certain amount of time to do modeling, to do the planting, this kind of thing. Tono Anto, maybe it should be the thing that kill you makes you stronger. If it doesn't kill you, you only make it soft. No, if that thing is called if that things kill you, you're already dead. That's the fact. So I think the right thing, the right words, it's not the right word. I mean, the other word that I always say to myself is, if you are hard to yourself, the world is going to be soft for you. The world is going to be soft with you. If you soft it yourself, the world is going to be really hard with you. So that is why lots of my friends and my circle keep saying, hey, Ronaldo, you are giving a lots of pressure on yourself. You are too hard on yourself. But well, yes, I survived because I hard to myself, just to make sure that the world is getting softer for me. Because based on my experience on 2004 until 2008, actually by having a victim mindset, it's actually I do nothing, which is I keep thinking the negative thing. What I meant do nothing is actually on the mindset. I work really hard, but I only see things like just like one way. I cannot see things on the bigger scope. I cannot zoom out, look from the different like the bird eye or something like that. I just keep zooming in to focus on that particular problem so that's make me unable to see the other problem that going to come to me. So that's what I meant, that I do nothing. That is why all the problem keep coming in, because I have all the negative mindset. Because if you learn about the law of attraction, if you keep all the negativity in your head, all the problem come to you because they actually got attracted by your negativity. That's the law of attraction. If you keep positive, all the positive things is going to come to you. So that's how I always think. I always try to think about the opposite way. If people go this way, to think go this way to the left. I always try to go to the right. Yes, like if 100 people going there, I always go to the opposite way, because I want to know what is on the other side. I got really high curiosity. Because there's a test. Actually, there's a test. I saw it on Facebook, I guess. There's a test. So someone is actually, I think it's from Geeks, the one that always, there's a Geeks channel. So there's a person standing right here, and then he actually walking, go there, and then from the other side, there are a bunch of people running on the opposite way. And this person starting to think, what happened? What happened? And this person go with the crowd. So the way I think if everyone going there, I want to see what's the others on the other side. That's how I always think, because I always love challenge, because I always believe that challenge, that the one that makes me grow. Without challenge, I won't be able to grow. That is why the course in Indonesia that I create always have 30 days challenge system. Always challenge. I challenge everyone, all my students, to improve their themselves in 30 days. Because if you are, that's a beginner course, if you not able to finish it in 30 days, you probably not going to have any improvement. Okay, so any other question? I think if no other question, I think we are done. Well, I know Reza has got challenged when I come back to this industry, right? Before I come back, there are no challenge for you. I can see from your animation. My animation for 24 hours of chaos is actually highlighting Bali, and your trailer highlighting Java. To be able to get inspired from other artists, which is really good. It always make us stronger and stronger in a good way. Any other question? If there are no other questions, then it's already 1 hour 43 minutes. So for the SketchUp student, SketchUp for video for SketchUp student, have you done your homework after I got angry yesterday? Dennis, where's Dennis? Still here? Dennis, how do you feel? I was so upset yesterday. Mokhtar Setiadi. Well, how to deal with the friend that you are, the one that friend or client that not respecting you? Just left. Just left. Bye-bye. You don't need those kind of friend. You don't need those kind of client. It's just going to waste your time. Let me ask you, how old is you? How old are you? How old are you? Let me know on the chat. Okay, 28. So let's say make it 30. Because you are a man, it's okay for me to say 30. If you are women, I will say you are still 20. Otherwise, my life is screwed. So let's say you are 30 right now. And let's say if you know that you are going to die at 100 years, you actually only have 70 years left. 70 years left, right? So it means you only have a 70 hot season and 70 rainy season. Is that much? Is that enough for you? I know if I die on 100, I only have 60 hot season and 60 rainy season. I don't have much time left. I have my wife, I have my kids to take care of. I spend lots of time to work. I need to spend my time with my family, my wife and my kids. They are more important than the other people that cannot respect my time. I cannot spend my time with a client that cannot respect my time. That is why the first value is respect. The way you can get respect from your client, from people around you, is by respecting yourself. There's no other way. When you respect yourself, you're going to respect other people the way you want to get respected. And you will get respect from, and that going to attract the people that value your time, respect you as well. It's actually more like a filter. So let's say if you want to have a client that willing to pay like $1,000, right? And you put your price on the website, my price is $1,000. It's actually filtering the client that do not want to pay 1,000. So that respect, by respecting yourself, is more like filtering your friend, your network. I know I'm not going to deal with a client that cannot respect my time. Well, some shit happen. Sometimes we got a very urgent project. Yes. If they are actually returning client, which is they always return to you, you don't have any choice, because you have to support them, because they believe that you are the right one that can support them. That's actually a privilege. I mean, like that is something that you need to be proud of. But definitely they're going to compensate with the price. But if there is a client that actually asking for a low price and then they cannot respect your time, forget it. Just leave. You are wasting your time. It's better you learn something more valuable. Just make sure that you are investing your time and money. You always can find money. If your money lost, if you are losing some money, you always can get another money. But if you're losing your time, you won't get it back. So invest your time to learn new things. Like we always say, investing from neck above is investing for life. There are no loss if you are investing from your neck above, right? So that's it. Always remember the three values: respect and courage, inspire others. And it always starts from yourself. There's no other way. Okay. Any other question? If there's no other question, so let's close this talk. And probably next week, I'm going to take a break. Been really hard for the couple of weeks already. And this week we are going to finalize the 3D award animation and image. Anyway, guys, I have I forgot what I want to say, but here again, changing your mindset is like this. Once you realize that you are having the wrong mindset, you change right away, just like that, right? So, but to be able to change your mindset just like this, there's a journey, but you need to start. You need to start and enjoy every process. It's better to start rather than never getting started, never begin. Because if you never begin, most likely forever you're going to be like that. It's not going to change anything. Stop complaining. Stop complaining things, saying this software is expensive, that computer is expensive, instead of wasting your time saying this expensive, those expensive, and the client is not, it's unfair, blah, blah, blah. Better you spend your time with valuable things, like investing your mind with things that can improve your mindset, your skill. Iwan, 2G team and Kun team go make Indonesia proud. Sure. Well, I saw the trailer from Kun. Just from the music, I know he will win the competition. The music is correct, the right music, and the shot, the color grading is good, really nice. I think he's going to win it. Yeah, 5 days to go. We don't have much time, and we're still rendering the animation. Okay, thanks guys. See you another 2 weeks. Bye bye.